So some people were wondering what it is that I do for a living. I'm actually an abolitionist. Abolitionist. No, wait, abortionist? Abolitionist. Okay, I'm the, pretty much if you want your baby taken care of, that's what I do. So in this video, I'm actually going to take care of two slides for you guys. Two very saucy slides. The card spring, which I'll show you right here, and the card dribble. So both these moves are moves that require a lot of skill on your part and are going to take quite a bit of time to master, but hopefully with this video I'll make that process a little bit easier. So as far as the card spring, you are going to need to hold the cards in your right hand. Now the position, you're going to try to make your right hand look like a little bit of a retarded dolphin, I guess. So you're going to put the cards in your right hand. You're going to have your thumb at the lower left corner, and your ring finger should be touching the upper right corner of the cards. So what's going to happen is that you're going to squeeze the deck this way. Do not squeeze it this way. It will fuck up the spring and make you look like an autist. So you're going to hold the cards this way, and what's going to happen is that you're going to release the cards from your middle finger, and you're going to try to do it one at a time. What's going to start to happen is the cards are going to launch out of your right hand and fall into your left hand. So you also want to try to keep your hands as close together as possible when you're first learning how to do this, because if not, the cards are going to fly everywhere and you're going to have to pick them up. One way that I found to make this process easier is by trying to do it with a couple cards. When you hold two cards, you kind of see how much pressure you're supposed to put, and it also helps you understand what's actually taking place when you are squeezing the cards that way. Then you can upgrade to a smaller packet and try to practice with that until you eventually grab the whole deck and start springing the cards like a motherfucking pro. But until then, another thing I could recommend is to keep your hand in kind of a claw shape, almost like you have carpal tunnel, so that way the cards don't fly everywhere. Also, you want to start with the hands close to each other. Don't make the mistake of spreading your cards really far away when you're first learning this because you think you're the motherfucking Buck Twins. You're not going to get it right the first time. So what you want to do is you want to start small and build your way up. That way, when the spring is done and your hands are really far apart, it seems like you did a much bigger spring than you actually did. Motherfucking Buck Twins, ruining everything for the rest of us. So anyways, that is the card spring. The next one I want to show you guys is the card dribble. In my opinion, this one is a little bit easier. Motherfucker. Who the fuck ruined my shot? Was it the fucking Buck Twins? Piece of shit. Trying to sabotage me. I know, I'm on to you, motherfuckers. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you throw your deck across the room for a gag, you might have the possibility of finding pubic hairs on your cards. Well, anyways, I'm going to show you guys the card dribble. This one, in my opinion, is an easier move to do than the card spring. So all you need to do is this time you're holding the cards in sort of a retarded dog position, I guess, for lack of a better term. You're going to hold them in your right hand with your thumb at the lower left corner and your forefinger in the middle of the deck. Same as before, but this time you're going to try to release the cards from the thumb as opposed to the top finger. So what's going to happen is that you're going to press with your forefinger and start to release the cards, trying to do it one by one. So it's going to be very difficult at first. The cards are going to fall in clumps. But eventually your thumb is going to have the right feel for how much pressure it needs for the cards to release. So once again, I recommend for you to use a small chunk of cards to do this and to practice. Practice holding it in the same position and letting the cards go one at a time. This way you kind of get the feel and develop the proper placement for your fingers. Once you start practicing with a couple cards, then you could upgrade to a bigger chunk of cards until you eventually get to the whole deck. But the point is for you to practice the motion and have the proper finger placement and get your fingers used to the positions that they're in, because it is a little bit awkward. Your end result is to try to have a uniform spring and a uniform dribble for both of these moves. So for the dribble, you're going to try to have almost the cards looking like they are going together, and it shouldn't ever look like the cards are falling together in clumps. Once you get to that point, then you can start worrying about distance, and it's the same rule that applies. You want to start first with the cards really close together. So you want to start with your hands really close together and then eventually build up so that your hands start separating. Also, the finger position is key. Make sure your thumb is in the back, in the lower left corner, and your forefinger is also providing the pressure to help the cards fall down symmetrically. I contemplated having this last part of this video for the ASMR f***s. So here it is a little bit for them. There's a card spring. Hope they enjoy that sound for some f***ing weird reason. Here's a dribble. You can almost hear the cards falling one after the other. There's another a little fart sound for them. Hope you could jack off to that. See you guys on the next one.
See you again when I see you again. 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 When I see you again.